Hello, stalkers. How is it going? First of all, I want to welcome everyone to the stream, and let me know if you can hear me well, if everything is working fine. Yeah, seems like it's working. I'm gonna wait a little bit for more people to join. As you can see, I have prepared a little bit of a campfire scene for us, but it seems like there is a kind of an anomaly in the top right corner. I will ask you to just pretend it's not there. You know, all the technical stuff is not really my strength, so I did my best. I'll do better next time. Okay, so more people are joining. Welcome everyone. Take a seat, grab some snacks. As Faust would say, we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so what are we gonna do in this stream? Well, first of all, I'm gonna say it right now, I'm improvising a lot. I have prepared some things to talk about, but yeah, mostly I'll be improvising. But yeah, this stream is for the 6th anniversary of the channel. Can't believe it's been 6 years already, but yeah, here we are. And by the way, we are almost at 40k subscribers. So if anyone is not subscribed, I know I never ask people to subscribe in my videos, but now would be a good time. So, what are we gonna do? Well, mostly I'll be talking. I have a lot of things to talk about, and I'll be answering all the questions you might have. So feel free to ask questions in the chat. Yeah, I want to interact as much as possible with all of you guys. And maybe we'll play a little bit of Stalker 2, but that's not the main focus of the stream. So, is everyone comfortably installed? Or I mean, is everyone ready? How many viewers do we have? 57. Well, that's a lot of stalkers for one single campfire. Okay, so I guess I'll just wait one more minute and then we will begin. So how are you all doing? Let me know. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger campfire indeed to accommodate for all these stalkers. I mean, I chose this one because it's in a pretty remote location, so I could record a scene that would be long enough. And you can see a bit of the power plant on the background, and it's actually a recreation of the Shadow of Chernobyl main screen, but in Stalker 2. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Coin, go grab your vodka. That's fine, I'll wait for you. Yeah, still alive? That's great. As the barkeep would say. Alright. Yeah, it's actually just my second time streaming, and the last time was exactly 1 year ago. It was kind of a test back then to see how streaming would go, and I didn't stream for an entire year because I was focusing on other stuff, but maybe this year I might be streaming a little bit more. Because now I actually have 2 screens, which helps a lot. Okay, so I guess I can begin. So I just wanted to tell you what we will be talking about. So first of all, I want to kinda recap everything that has happened in the last year. There's a lot of things how the channel has evolved, how Stalker 2 has evolved, and generally like the Stalker sphere. Then I'll be talking a little bit about the process of making videos, sharing a little bit of insight with you guys, and if you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the chat. But yeah, I will be talking a little bit about the process of making the videos and stuff. And I will of course talk about the plans for 2026, what videos I am planning to make, what ideas I have, and of course what I expect to see from Stalker 2 moving forward. We have a lot of things to look out for in this new year. So that's basically it, and maybe we'll see how long that takes already, and maybe after that we can play a little bit of Stalker 2. Come on, why would you ask to undo Stalker 2? How can you ask that? There's no way. There's no coming back, right? Okay, so that's basically everything. So I guess we can start. Hey, yeah. Oh, I can see a few familiar faces in the chat. That's nice. Okay, so recap of 2025. Well, from my channel standpoint, it was, I don't know, it was like the year leaves me with kind of a mixed feeling, because I feel like I did a lot of good videos, but at the same time all the goals that I had set for myself weren't achieved. So basically, since Stalker 2 had released, of course, I tried to focus on covering up the big lore topics first, like the things I thought were the most important to be cleared up as soon as possible. But that meant doing a lot of large and like long videos that took a lot of time to make, and there weren't that many of them I was able to do this year. We had the video about the scanners business, about Faust, about Doctor and Project Y, about journalists, even though it's kind of a side lore thing because not everybody got to experience it. About Scar and everything related to him, like his connections with Spark and Clear Sky, and of course the video about Subtle Matter. And I wished to do a little bit more this like the last year, because all of these videos are actually leading up to probably the biggest lore video about Stalker 2 I'm gonna make so far, which is the video on the endings of the game. And I had planned to finish this video about the endings of the game before the end of the year, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen was due to a technical issue that I ran into. I don't remember exactly when it was, but at the beginning of last year I had a bug that basically meant I couldn't play Stalker 2 for 2 whole months. And I was stuck because I couldn't complete the videos. So basically I lost 2 months of work, and that's why I couldn't complete the schedule for last year. But now you know that this is coming. Like, the video about the endings is coming. It's a big one, and there's still a lot of things I need to work on for it, like to finish it. But yeah, it's coming. And after it's done, I think I maybe will focus on other stuff. But I'll talk about the plans for this year a little bit later. So basically that's what happened in 2025. Not that many videos because they were complicated and longer, so they took more time to make. I didn't even do one video for every month, like. So that was a much slower upload schedule than usual. And the channel actually, like, took a hit because of that, I guess. But that's fine, I don't care. So yeah, what do you guys think actually about what I was able to put out this year? Do you think the videos were good? Was like, I don't know, how is it on your side? Like, is the time to wait between each video too long? Because it was more than a month between each video basically. And I don't know how the audience actually feels about that. Would you like to see like more uploads, but maybe smaller videos? I wonder. Okay, people say they like, yeah, quality over quantity. Yeah, I know, but more quantity with the same quality would be great. Yeah, which ending you think is gonna be canon? I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. Okay, people say they like. Yeah, it's kind of a gamble doing like really long videos because some people will never watch them, and some people actually like the longer format. So you can't have it all. Like you will only keep a fraction of the audience, but that's fine. I don't really care about the numbers or the analytics. Okay, so I guess it was a good year. Oh, for those asking for more videos about the original trilogy, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I think Stalker 2 will definitely be the main thing going forward. I don't see myself going back. There's no turning back. The point, like, that was a point of no return, you know. Yeah, I feel like long videos followed by shorter ones could be something that works for 2026. Actually, from my side, I think I like all the videos that I put out, but there is one of them that I feel like could have been better. Like there is one that I kind of messed up, and that's the video about Project Y. Because I did say, like, I did put out some information in this video that was a little bit too speculative, and I think I might have misled some people. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. But overall, I think, yeah, it was kind of a good year. Of course, I would have preferred to put out all of these faster, but I don't want to burn myself out, and there's a lot of other stuff I need to do apart from making videos. This is just a hobby for me, so I do it at my own pace. Yeah, about the original trilogy, I covered pretty much everything. So, I mean, I could do more videos about it, but there's so much to talk about Stalker 2, and it's clearly the priority right now. So that's what happened about the channel, basically. Now, about Stalker 2 itself, obviously the game has received many updates, and it has been growing up. Like, GSC really put good work into this. I think we can all agree that the launch was very broken. Could have been worse, but it was clearly not ideal. But now the game is much better. They've really improved a lot with many updates. We can see that they put a lot of work into it and are not gonna abandon this game. This is something that's gonna stay around for a long time. And I'm really happy about that. So yeah, Stalker 2 right now is clearly in a much better spot than how it was 1 year ago, and it's gonna continue like that. So I think we can be pretty excited about what's gonna come. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go over all the updates we've had this year, but it was a good year for the game. Really improved a lot. Okay, so about the questions, like about the future, I will talk about it a little bit later. Oh, hello, Spartan Mozzie. Nice to see you here. Yeah, DLC, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. So, apart from how the channel has been doing last year and how Stalker 2 has been doing, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the how to say this, how people have reacted to Stalker 2. I've seen a lot of new people in YouTube or other platforms starting to make videos about Stalker 2, so that's pretty nice. It seems a lot of people have woken up basically and discovered this franchise, so that's also a very positive aspect. And I feel like the reception has been positive overall, especially with the latest updates. Like ever since the game released on PS5, the ratings have improved significantly. So that's nice. Okay, hold on, let me just catch up with the chat real quick. Which update is my favorite? Oof. I don't know, I feel like every update brought a lot of good stuff to the table, but I have to say the very last one, the Untold Stories, was really great for me because I feel like the game really missed having new quests, and the quest line that was added was really cool. I feel like the game still doesn't have enough content, at least for me personally. I mean, for the average player, it probably has, because you can already spend hundreds of hours into the game without being bored and finding new things. Like, just completing the 4 different endings is gonna take you a long time already. But for like real veterans of the series, of course we need more. We need more stuff, we need more quests, more anomalies, more mutants, more parts of the map, more everything. And it's gonna come. It's gonna come. So we just have to be patient, and this game is not going anywhere. We're gonna get more stuff. Yeah, we'll talk about the DLC and Limansk and everything a little bit later. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it, but of course we're gonna talk about heavy spoilers for the game. Speculation about the new teaser. Of course, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, so that's basically it for the recap of what happened last year. Before we move on, do you guys have any specific questions? I guess not. Alright, so moving on. Yeah, I'm trying to read all the messages, but it's kind of hard for me to talk and read at the same time. But I see, like, of course, I don't answer to all of your messages, but I see them. And yeah, thanks everyone for commenting. Okay. So I guess we can move on and talk a little bit about the video making. So with Stalker 2, things changed a lot in terms of how to make the videos. And I'll explain a little bit about that. Oh wait, the questions are actually coming in. Yeah, I guess there is a delay. Hold on, let me read them. Loxatron, yeah, I know this guy. Next video I'm working on. Oh, I'm actually working on several videos at the same time. But one thing you can expect that I already talked about is a lore video about the endings of the game. And that one is gonna be a big one. You know it's coming, I mean it's obvious. A little bit late, but better than never. The missing door in the Red Forest mines. No, it's not there yet. It's still missing. I was heartbroken when I discovered this. Yeah, it's still not there, and I guess they will not add it. So for anyone wondering, this is talking about the door that I have as a like icon, like my little YouTube avatar is a specific door that is located in the Red Forest mine in Clear Sky. And in Stalker 2 this place also exists, but the door is missing. They kinda changed a little bit the area, and the door is not there anymore. So I guess GSC decided to cancel me. But, well, here I am, still. Do you think this will be the last Stalker game? Oh, it's too early to say. There's no way to tell. I mean, obviously the focus is not on Stalker 3 right now, but on expanding on the foundation that Stalker 2 built. So if there would ever be a Stalker 3, it's gonna be in a long time. But right now I think with the basis of Stalker 2 there's still a lot of stuff that we can add and expand upon without having to go to the length of making Stalker 3. The faction war event on the Discord server. Yeah, I know about the events, but I didn't take part in it. I've been pretty busy. So yeah, I didn't really participate. Where I'm from, well, maybe it will be a shock to you, but I'm actually from France. Like it's not a mystery, but it's not like I'm shouting it everywhere, but yeah, now you know. Faction reviews like Renegades and Mercenaries. Well, I've been thinking about making some videos about the new factions that were added in Stalker 2, but I feel like this was not a priority, and other people have been doing videos like this, so I prefer to spend my time on other stuff, but maybe one day. Using mods. Well, I've used a lot of mods for the original trilogy, but so far in Stalker 2 I haven't used any. I feel like mods are to use when you've really squeezed out everything you could of the base game, and in Stalker 2 I don't think I'm at that point yet. Okay, trying to catch up with all the questions. Yeah, they had to retcon me. That's a good explanation, yeah. I knew too much. I needed to be silenced. Clear sky too? Well, maybe you will get your wish. Or something close to it. Did Voronin create duty? No, it wasn't Voronin. It was Tachenko. But I guess Voronin was one of his subordinates at the time. And then he climbed up the ranks. But we don't know the exact details. Oh, about Red. Yeah, so Red... We actually got more information about Red in Stalker 2. Red is the character also known as Savior, who got the marked one out of the death truck at the beginning of Shadow of Chernobyl. And for a long time we didn't know who he was exactly. But in Stalker 2 we got information that his name is indeed Red, and he's kind of a legend at the Rookie Village. And yes, it is a reference to Roadside Picnic, the novel on which Stalker is based, or at least inspired by. And Red is the main protagonist of this novel. Let me find more questions. I'm not gonna say where I am from specifically. I guess that would be too much information. Romania, yeah, I mean, I've heard that Romania and France do share some similarities. And I do have some Romanian friends. Oh yeah, thank you for all the nice messages. Have you played any of the insane Russian mods? Global War? I haven't played Global War, but I've played some pretty insane mods like Narodnaya Solienka, Stalker Soup and things like this. Or even New Arsenal. There are some pretty wild mods out there. Looks like I'm catching up with the chat. So I hope you guys are having a good time. We're just chatting, relaxing. Is it known if anyone working on Stalker 2 co-op mode? I have no idea, actually. I don't know. Predictions on when the DLC drops? Oh, I'll talk about the DLC a little bit later, but I think it might be in quarter 2. So basically from like maybe in May or June, something like that. But I don't know. Hold on. There are too many questions, guys. I can't keep ever thought about making videos about the events of each zone of the zone? I guess you mean of each region of the zone? Actually, I've been thinking of making a series of videos dedicated to each region of the zone in Stalker 2, but that will be a lot of work. And once I start something, I don't want to leave it hanging, so it would be a pretty big endeavor to take on. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it, but the idea would be to talk about the real life inspiration for every region and maybe some real life history if it is like relevant. For example, a region like Dugout will have obviously a lot of history, while a region like Cordon might have basically nothing because it's not real. It's not a real life location. And then talk about the history of this region in the Stalker universe. And of course a little bit about what the region has to offer in terms of buildings, in terms of loot, what factions live there, stuff like that. But it would be really a lot of work because there's so many interesting locations. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it. We will see. What happened to Tachenko? Well, he died. He had the how to say? He was unlucky and walked into a space anomaly and was trapped along with his crew. So they all died of hunger and thirst in there. Also, one of the guys snapped and shot his friends at point blank range. But yeah, basically they all, Tachenko and his crew all died in a space anomaly. Oh, I was really happy seeing that the mines from the Red Forest were opened up in the Stories Untold, because I've been like I've been wanting to see what was inside, like further deeper in the mines forever. Like ever since I played Clear Sky, I was dreaming about what was deeper inside the mines. So I was really happy to see this actually being used in Stories Untold. But I'm gonna tell you, I think there is actually even more to this, because the forester's hideout is actually an elevator that goes, who knows, somewhere even deeper into some mine, and we don't know where it goes. So I feel like this could be an even further expansion of the mines. And also there is the so-called tunnel to Limansk that is collapsed, so we know there's even more underground facilities in the area. So I think like it was good how it was used in Stories Untold, but I feel like it could even be more in the future. Okay, did Nimble kill Fong and Ghost? Well, he did receive the order, but I'm not sure if he actually carried out the order by himself. He could have been using some other people to do it. Well, he didn't kill Ghost, of course, because Ghost survived, but Fong was shot down. But if I had to guess, I don't think Nimble actually was the shooter. He probably hired someone else to do the job. What if Lebedev and Korshunov is the same person? No, that can't be. There's no way. Alright. Will Limansk be in the second story DLC? I'll talk about the DLC a little bit later, guys, okay? But I'm pretty sure, like, I'm very confident that Limansk will be in the first expansion. And CNPP might be there too. Alright, what else do we have? A second series about the underground locations. Yeah, there are definitely some new laboratories and underground locations that would be nice talking about, but all in due time. I'm kinda trying to cover the top priority topics first, and then we'll see. Yeah, CNPP and Limansk are coming. They're coming. Alright, how much does the Stalker 2 DLC cost? I don't know, I already paid for it. I bought the Ultimate Edition, so I'll get the expansions for free. But I don't know how much it will cost. Oh, Stalker 2 rap battle. Okay, so I guess it was 2 years ago already that I did a rap battle for an April Fool's video. But you know, it took a lot of time to make it. Like I prepared it for a few months, so if I had to make a Stalker 2 rap video for the 1st of April, I guess it would be too late already. It would have to be for the year after. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I actually already have an idea for the April 1st video this year, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. Who created freedom? Actually, do we know? Yeah, we know. It was Chekhov. Chekhov, the leader of freedom in Clear Sky. Oh, Tommy is here. Nice. Thanks, man. Alright. Stories Untold quest line. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about what it hints at a bit later, but I really liked the new quests. Do you prefer GSC contact content creators like yourself, like other companies are doing? I'm not sure I understand this question, but I think GSC has been doing a good job communicating with people like myself. We have actually specific roles in the official Discord server, and we've been offered opportunities that really are pretty great, like patch testing and things like this. Yeah, I don't really say it too often, but I'm actually a tester for the patches. And that's pretty cool. Okay. I'm falling behind a lot in the chat. Let me try to catch up. What is my job? Okay, yeah, it is too personal, I'm not gonna say. But I do have a real job that is completely unrelated to Stalker. And it takes me a lot of time and energy. Will X16 come back in Stalker 2? Yeah. 100%. It will. Alright. Is Ultimate Edition the best version to buy? I mean, for a hardcore fan like myself, yeah, definitely. But if you are just a newcomer to the series, maybe you can go for a lower edition, and if you like the game, you can upgrade later. That's what I would recommend. Okay, have any started playing Stalker since 2007? Well, I didn't, but I think Tommy did. Pretty sure Tommy did. For me, I started playing Stalker in 2012. So I didn't know about it before. I just discovered it in 2012 and instantly fell in love with the series. Am I team duty or freedom? Depends on my mood. But I actually like both. But in Stalker 2 they really fell off. Unfortunately. But yeah, I guess if I had to choose a faction, I would be a scientist. Because I really like to study the zone. Okay, so I guess I caught up with the chat. I hope I didn't forget any questions. Maybe I missed a few, I'm sorry about that. Oh, the first Stalker game I played was actually Clear Sky, because back then I was a little bit dumb, you know, I was young. So when I saw that Clear Sky was a prologue, I thought that it was, like, it made sense to start with Clear Sky. And yeah, I had a blast with it. Okay, so now I will talk a little bit about the video making process. So if you still have more questions, I will ask you to just hold on to them for now, so that you can put them in a chat a little bit later, so that I don't miss them, okay? So there is a reason why I didn't make that many videos last year. I mean, there are a few reasons, but one of them is that making videos on Stalker 2 was a completely new experience compared to how it was before, because I basically had to restart everything from scratch. What I mean by that is, when I started my channel back in 2020, before actually starting, I replayed all three original Stalker games and gathered as many footage as possible, so that I would be ready and have a lot of things like at the ready to make the videos. And I had already played the games for so many years, I already knew, I won't say everything, but so much. And I had all the time to think about like the lore and everything, and the story and stuff. So it was already there. Everything was already prepared, you know. But with Stalker 2, we restarted everything from zero. There was no footage, no knowledge of the lore and story. Everything had to be rebuilt, and that took a lot of time. And I had to go through all 4 different endings and trying all the possible dialogue options and different paths to record everything and build some sort of library of all the necessary footage, of all the dialogues, all the cutscenes and stuff. And it took a lot of time, but now I do have quite a sizable library of all this footage. I don't have everything. There are some specific dialogues and specific branches that I couldn't get footage of. But I do have a very strong core of all this footage. So now that I have this, it's taking, of course, less time. And another thing that made this process much more difficult than in the trilogy is the fact that the number of saves you can make in Stalker 2 is extremely limited. Basically, in the original games, I made so many saves in all the different possible branches, and before every important event, basically I had a save before meeting any NPC and before any important dialogue and stuff. So if I didn't have the footage required, I knew I still had a save at the ready where I could go in the game and in 5 minutes I would be able to gather the footage needed. But in Stalker 2 it's not possible, because you only have 3 story slots, and each slot only allows you for 30 saves. You can't have more than 90 saves in total, and that's not enough for a game of this size with so many different branches of the story. So you can't have saves at every possible moment. And that was really a problem. That is still a problem in my opinion. And I don't see why we couldn't be able to make an infinite amount of saves as long as we have space on our drive. So I wish maybe in the future we will get an update for this. But I don't know. Oh yeah, you're right. We can't name the saves either. So I actually have an Excel spreadsheet with all my saves and explaining where they are and what they do. Yeah, I guess mods can help with that, but I prefer to not mess too much with mods because they can break your game and they can break when you update the game. But yeah, that was a big problem of saves. And of course you can like just copy the files and make like back them up and stuff, but oh yeah, of course, I'm also playing on master difficulty in one of my story spaces, so I have even less saves. So that was really a huge problem. But now that I've built a pretty sizable library of footage, it's much better. So that were some of the problems I faced, some of the challenges, but I think it's better now. And there is also another thing. It's that now Stalker 2 is an ever-changing game. Like, nothing is fixed and finite. Every update can add new things. It wasn't like that with the original trilogy because it had been basically untouched. For so many years, I already knew what to expect. I knew, like, the lore was finite, and when I was covering a topic, I knew that the amount of information to gather on this topic was finite. But with Stalker 2, I could make a video about a certain faction tomorrow, and in a month we get an update and there's new information and new lore about this faction, and now my video is obsolete. That's really a challenge that I have to face now, and it's not easy. It's a good thing, of course, that we're getting updates, but we have to think very carefully about how we handle things. And that's also a reason why I'm actually waiting more time to cover certain topics, because I know we might get more information about them later down the road. So that's really something to keep in mind, the ever-changing aspect of this game. And yeah, this year, like last year, I really wanted to cover the big lore topics to get them out of the way, so we can actually start making smaller videos about smaller stuff and maybe less important stuff, but that's basically some of the insight I can give you on how video making has been in the last year. Okay, so I guess you guys can shoot out your questions now, and I'm gonna see if I missed any. I've never been to the Chernobyl exclusion zone in real life, but of course I would want to visit it one day. But I guess it's even too big to visit all the places I would like to. Like, there's so much stuff to see, so much history to learn. What other games do I play besides Stalker? Well, not much. Stalker is really my bread and butter. To the point where I would sometimes want to play other games, but I just decide not to, because if I do, like, I'm the kind of person, when I start something, I really want to, like, immerse myself deep into it, right? So when I start a game, I won't be able to do any other stuff until I've beaten it. And that will take some precious time away from the video making, and I cannot afford to do that, so I've actually been holding back on playing some other games. For example, I would love to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, both the first and the second, but I know these games are pretty big and I will get sucked into it, and it's gonna take too much of my time, so I haven't played them yet. Factions are gutted in Stalker 2 right now. Yeah, it's not wrong, but the good thing is that we can expect new stuff to come out, and I think they will glow up in time. Just give it a little bit of time. Be patient and the game will improve. Some collab with Cheeky Breaky. Well, yeah, he's French as well, but that's basically the only thing we have in common. I think he's much more focused on on mods for the original trilogy. Oh, about Nitro and Cardon, I guess I can tell you a little bit about it. Well, yeah, there is a theory that Diode might be Nitro. I'm not exactly sure what's the... like, what are the arguments to support that, but I guess it could be that it changed his name. We know Diode has been in the zone for a very long time. He knows Dektyarov, and he's also participated in the looting of some X labs, so he could actually be Nitro. But I don't know. And about Cardon, well, I don't know if I should say this, but he was actually planned to be in the game, but was removed. He was cut. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say what he was supposed to do. I've already said too much. Alright, so... yeah, I doubt that Diode and Nitro are the same person, but they do have some similarities. Oh yeah, about Joker and Bodge. It is true that Richter was actually the one who guided them to their doom, so it seems this is some kind of retcon. In Call of Pripyat, Joker and Bodge were Cardon's buddies, and they had an argument, all of them went their separate ways, and Joker and Bodge got themselves killed. But in Stalker 2, the story has changed, and Richter actually guided them, but he made some mistake and they both died, I guess, in an anomaly. And another detail is that Dmitro Nor, the commander of the Corps at Yanov Station, also knew Joker and Bodge. Richter mentions that. So I wonder if it has any more implications. Maybe Cardon also knew Dmitro Nor. I'm not sure. Consider joining Sin? Well, Sin is completely cut, and I don't think they're coming back. Richter is Cardon's son? I mean, maybe, but Richter grew up in an orphanage or something. So probably not. Dark Souls? Oh, I haven't played Dark Souls. And I don't know, I'm not really considering playing it. Oh yeah, I forgot about Cardon. Cardon actually has some dialogues you can find. He was working with Professor Dvupalov, and he built some jammer for him so that the colors of the mutants would be jammed. So that's a little bit of information about Cardon. But his character, like, he was supposed to appear at some point as an NPC in the game, but that was cut. What's Anomalous Dugout? Well, that's, you know, a dugout, like a shelter underground. That is a little bit anomalous because there are anomalies around. That's what it is. You know, originally I named the channel like that because I thought it could be like a place for our stalkers to gather, and I had an idea to expand and add more people to the roster of people making videos, but in the end it ended up just being me, and now Anomalous Dugout has also kind of become my name, but originally it's just the name of a place. That's how it turned out. Wishes and expectations for the 5th game? Yeah, no, it's not. It's too early. But I'll talk about the the expansions a little bit later. Nah, Sin is gone. Just let it go. They're not coming back. But Renegades came back a little bit. So I know some people are really happy about that. Will people ever stop complaining about A-Life 2.0? Probably not. I mean, you can never satisfy everyone. Okay, so Cardan is not... I wouldn't say he's the creator of the Gauss rifle. He did work on the project, and according to his words, he made the... What did he make? He made some parts of the gun, but I wouldn't say he's the creator. Okay, artifacts losing their power outside the zone. Yeah, I think it is a retcon. It is a retcon, but it's not really as big of a retcon as one could imagine, because it's not really something that existed in the original trilogy, but at the same time, it's not said that it didn't exist, right? So it doesn't really contradict anything that was established in the original trilogy. It's just that we didn't know back then that artifacts eventually faded outside the zone. So it adds a new layer to the lore, and it is kind of a retcon, but it doesn't really destroy too much of what was established before. And I think it's actually a good change, because it actually means that you can't abuse the power of artifacts outside the zone, and it establishes a constant need for stalkers to always get the artifacts outside the zone. So it's good for economy, I guess. I haven't played StarCraft, and I'm not really planning to do so. Favorite gun? Okay, so right now, like, I've been playing Stalker 2 in master mode, right? And I've discovered a new weapon that I really liked using. And that's, you know, the... what's its name, actually? The Grom S15. Basically the new version of the Thunder from the original trilogy. It's just a 545 version of the Grom. And it's really good. It's a really good weapon. Maybe I'll show it to you a little bit later if I play a bit of Stalker 2. I can show it. Yeah, Cardan made the parts accelerating the bullets. Yeah, that's right. But I also forgot how they are called. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, wait. Hold on. Actually, maybe I can find the dialogue. I must have a screenshot of it somewhere. Let me get that. We will know for sure. Hold on just a minute. Let me find that. I have to search my Stalker folder that is... How heavy is it? It's like 700 gigabytes or something. Something like that. Okay, where is it? Not here. It's kind of a mess. I should really start, I don't know, arranging these files better. Okay, I think it should be here. Okay, I found it. So, what does he say exactly? The reels. He made the reels. Not sure what that means. Hold on, I can probably show you. How do I... Hold on just a minute. Can I do that? Yeah. Just a minute. I don't know, do you see this? So he says, okay. Back then I used to do contract work for the Jupiter plant. I designed weapons, if memory serves, based on the principle of projectile acceleration via an electromagnetic field. See those reels? I made those. That's it. Hold on. Let me get back to this. Okay, I should probably catch up with all the questions now. Oh wait, is it misaligned? Hold on. I'm not really too familiar with this streaming stuff. How do I... How do I make it... Wait. Hold on. Let me just fix it. Damn it, how do I do that? I probably need to close this down. Okay. And then... just give me a minute, okay? Sorry for the delay. I do that. And this, I guess. Alright, this should do. There we go. I think that's better. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Where was I? I read that already. Yeah, the coils, I guess that's what he worked on. IPSF. Why does IPSF and Ward tolerate Spark being at Malachite? That's actually a good question. I guess they don't really know that they are Spark. It's actually not clear whether these stalkers are Spark or not, even though they do wear the Spark suits. So I'm not sure, but it's a good question. I'll have to dig a little bit deeper into that. Favorite retcon from the original trilogy? Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, I haven't thought too much about it because I am planning to make, maybe, a video about the retcons down the line. So I was saving all the reflection about all of these for a little bit later. So maybe you'll get an answer to your question this year. We will see. Yeah, thanks for all the positive messages. Thank you, guys. Oh, I haven't watched Dr. Kaimanov's Great Game video. I've seen it in my feed, but I haven't watched it yet. I guess I'll do. In the first DLC, Clear Sky, are old members going to pop up? Maybe. It's possible. Making a usable database for every stalker. Yeah, I've thought about it actually. We could set up like something like a Google Drive or something like this, but there's just so much work. Honestly, like, I prefer to focus on what I do, because if I start a project like this, I might sink, like literally sink into it, you know what I mean? So I prefer to continue the way I've been making videos, and actually I know what I'm doing. Keeping up with the Stalker story mods. Well, I haven't played any mods since Stalker 2 came out, so I guess I probably missed some of the new mods that have been released for the original trilogy. What happened during those 9 years between Call of Pripyat and Stalker 2? Well, a lot of things happened. And I was wondering, like, would you guys actually be interested in a video that covers everything that happens? I think it would be a good video to make, actually. So I will think about it. Are there any new labs in Stalker 2 to talk about? Oh yeah, there are. There are some new labs. For example, X5 in the Agroprom. There's X15 in Orbita, and there are some locations that aren't labs but are still very interesting, like the Troposphere Com station, for example, Dugout, of course. I'm actually planning to make a video specifically on the Dugout, but it's a pretty complex topic because it's both deeply rooted in real life history and in Stalker 2. I mean, Stalker in general, so a video about retcons would be pretty good, yeah. I also think so. Do you know if GSC is gonna fix and put the duty versus freedom mission? I'm pretty sure we'll get more missions from the factions down the line, and we might actually get some faction war stuff. I'm pretty hopeful about that. Stalker 2 multiplayer, I don't really care honestly about the multiplayer. I'd rather have GSC focus on the single player. But when it does come, I guess we can have a little bit of fun playing with other people. Best faction? Depends what you mean by best. Do you mean my favorite or the strongest? I mean, if I had to choose the strongest faction, I guess it's the Monolith. But it depends at what point in the history of the zone do you ask this question. A timeline video, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, my most popular video ever is a timeline video that was made, I don't know, 4 years ago or something. It was done a long time ago. So it didn't include Stalker 2, of course. And I am planning to make a new updated timeline video. But the problem is, we still don't know everything. And since there are new updates and expansions to come, surely there will be new stuff to be added in the timeline. And this video requires a huge amount of work to make. I've actually started working on the timeline, but I think it would be better to wait for the expansions to come out before finishing it. Alright, I guess I actually caught up with all the questions. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay. Well, someone's saying the strongest faction is the military. Yeah, I do agree on the condition that they actually have the technology that allows them to fly choppers anywhere in the zone. If they don't have that, their aerial superiority is meaningless. Just like it happened in Call of Pripyat, for example. All their choppers crashed because their maps have anomalies, of aerial anomalies, where they were not up to date anymore. But if the military does have up to date maps of the anomalies, and they can put their helicopters anywhere in the zone safely, just like it was at the end of Shadow of Chernobyl, then I do agree, military is the strongest faction in this context. At least it was. But now we have IPSF, which is kinda bad. They're not doing much. Oh, where is the Anomalous Dugout located? Oh, it's located in the mines under the Red Forest. The profile picture is a door in the mine, in the Red Forest, in clear sky. Unfortunately, it was removed in Stalker 2. Like, the location still exists, but the door is not there anymore. Maybe I can show it to you a little bit later in the stream, actually. Will we see more of the Dektyarov core and Pripyat? Yeah, I do believe so. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about a little bit about spoilers here, but depending on the endings, like the path you choose, I mean, it doesn't matter which path you choose, Dektyarov is the only protagonist of the original trilogy that will survive no matter what the events of Stalker 2. So I'm pretty sure they have some things planned for him. And also Pripyat, unlike what I actually had predicted, we didn't get the full city. I thought, before the game came out, I thought we would get the entire city, but that's not the case. There are entire districts of Pripyat that are not in the game currently, but I'm pretty sure they will come at some point. Maybe in the expansion or another update, but surely they will add them. For example, we couldn't visit the stadium, we couldn't visit the Jubileni Center, under which there is the X8 laboratory. We couldn't visit the swimming pool either. All of these buildings are in parts of the city that weren't in Stalker 2. But it's coming, I have faith it's coming. We just have to be patient. Okay, I wouldn't say the maps being out of date in Call of Pripyat is really a plot hole. I know a lot of people think that, but my interpretation is that... So basically it means that the military didn't know that anomalies move after an emission. And at first glance it seems that it's really silly. Like, of course they would know, right? Surely they would know. But in reality, when you take a look at how it plays out in the games, usually, even after emissions, anomalies actually don't move that much. Like in Call of Pripyat, there are emissions constantly, in clear sky as well, and the anomalies don't really move. And it seems that they move a lot only when the emission is especially powerful, like the emission at the beginning of Clear Sky. This one changed the whole landscape of the zone, but the other emissions that followed didn't really change that much. So it seems that it's only the most powerful emissions that change the anomalies in a more meaningful way. And on top of that, in Shadow of Chernobyl, the military experienced the aerial superiority without any problems, because there are no emissions that happen in Shadow of Chernobyl. The entire story of Shadow of Chernobyl takes place without any emissions happening, except at the end of the game. So of course, their maps of anomalies would not have to be updated, because there were no emissions. So their practical experience of the maps of anomalies is that it worked. From the military perspective, it worked. So I think that's why they didn't realize that after probably the emission at the end of Shadow of Chernobyl was the one that changed the zone enough to make their maps of anomalies useless. But they didn't realize that, because all up to this point their maps had already worked like a charm. That's my explanation. But I could be wrong, but I think it makes more sense when you see it like that. Alright, I have a lot of things to read from the chat now. Yeah, the sphere is, like we learned in Stalker 2, that the sphere is what they actually use to map out anomalies. Do anomalies change in Stalker 2 after emissions? No, they don't. They don't. They never do. Like, they never did in any of the Stalker games. And that's why I think they only do when the emission is especially powerful. But the regular emissions don't change the anomalies that much. Okay, why does the zone destabilize after you take over or destroy the foundation? That's a good question, and I'm not sure how to answer it. I guess the device at the foundation is has like a very deep connection with the zone itself. Sorry. The device at the foundation is actually a huge variometer. It's a device that is able to increase the psi signal between the zone and the devices of psi consciousness. But the actual, like, true purpose of the device at the foundation is not entirely clear. Because it's, at the same time, it's the heart of the Stalker program, but it's also, like, a place where the teleportations can be handled. I'm not sure. I'll have to dig a little bit deeper into this topic. Maybe when I make a video about the foundation. Okay, let me read a little bit of the chat. Yeah, the foundation does have a link to the generators as well. So maybe it being gone means that the generators are destabilized. What am I planning for the next videos? Well, I guess it's a good time to start talking about the plans for next year. So, yeah, if you have any questions, keep them, hold on to them for now, because I'm gonna talk a little bit about the plans for 2026, and afterwards you can start asking questions again. So, as I already said, last year I made not a lot of videos, but they were pretty long and pretty detailed. This year I plan to make a little bit more videos, but maybe smaller and less, like they will be smaller and on less complicated topics, right? I think I will alternate between like big lore videos and smaller, easier videos, and we'll see how it goes. Of course, there is a huge lore video about the endings of Stalker 2 that I'm working on, that will be coming at some point. I'm also thinking about making a lore video about the Dugout, and that's a pretty complicated topic. But then, yeah, I'm thinking about smaller videos, maybe about characters and factions. You know, a video about Agatha, a video about Richter. Things like this would be much smaller and easier to make. Also, I was thinking about making a video about the most interesting details I've gathered from the art books. I've got 2 art books. I've got the art book from the physical edition of the game, and I've also got the new art book that released in December. And they do have some similarities between the two, but there's also some things that are exclusive to one or the other, and there are some pretty interesting details. But I'll have to ask GSC if it's okay to show these, because, well, normally you're supposed to buy the book to be able to see what's inside, right? I'm not sure how it works, if I can show everything. But yeah, I think there are some things in these art books that are worth talking about in a video. And then there are also some pretty big projects, like a video about the timeline. I already talked about a little bit about it, but the timeline of Stalker before Stalker 2 is my most viewed video of all time, and I'm planning to make an update to it, adding everything in Stalker 2, but I think it's still too early. I'm waiting for the expansions to come out to clear out some of the dark spots in the story. Also, maybe I'll make some Stalker 2 icebergs. I think that could be nice. I still think we need a little bit more time to have some, you know, step back and reflect on everything that the game has to offer to make a better iceberg. But my iceberg videos on the original trilogy were pretty well received, so maybe I'll do one for Stalker 2 at some point. Going very in depth, of course. And obviously I'll be preparing some videos about the expansions and the updates that are sure to come out this year. I don't know exactly what to expect. I'll talk about it a little bit later. But before that, there is something I'd like to talk about. A big project, I mean the idea of a big project of mine. Basically, ever since the game came out and I first played, there's something that has been bothering me, and that's the fate of Strider and Noontide. Of course, it's a really tragic tale, because whatever you do, you cannot save them. They will turn back into monolithians, and Strider will die no matter what. But I really wish there could be something we can do. Of course, if we could, it wouldn't be a good tragedy, because the whole point is that it's inevitable. Whatever you do, it will happen. So it's good that they did it this way in the game, but still there is a part of me that really wishes we could have, I don't know, a fifth path where it is possible to somehow save them and have a different ending. So I've been thinking about this project, basically an alternate story, a fanfiction if you will, where Skiff and Strider actually managed to stop the experiment at Circa, and it changes everything. So I'd like to actually ask you if this is something you would be interested in. Would you like to see, I don't know, a video about this where we wonder what could have happened if they managed to stop the X11 experiment? If the monolith didn't come back, what would have happened then? Is this something you'd be interested in? I've been thinking about this for as long as the game has come out, and it's really not an easy question, because if this experiment doesn't happen, it's really difficult to predict what would happen then, because there's so many possibilities, and none of what happens in the actual game is possible anymore without the alpha being put in X11. The X network isn't restarted anymore, the monolith doesn't come back. Faust's plans are foiled, but also Circa doesn't get destroyed, and maybe Strelok doesn't come back, and there's so many questions. It's really difficult to come up with a good scenario. But I don't know. That's something I've really been thinking about for a long time. Maybe I'll do something about it. Okay. So basically that's the plans for 2026. A few big videos and also a lot more smaller ones. And we'll see how it goes. And I'm pretty excited for the expansions and updates we will see. Okay, so I'm getting some answers. I guess people would be interested. We will see if I can make something out of it. So, now is a good time, I guess, to talk about the expansion. Or what's coming in the game in 2026. So I'm pretty sure I mean maybe not, but you've probably seen all the teasers and stuff that are heavily hinting at what is coming in 2026. First of all, we had the ARG, the so-called Cuke ARG. Which was a kind of an introduction to the 1.8 Untold Stories update. And all of this is about some strange psi signal that turns people mad. It can turn people into zombies, but it's not psi emissions, it's something else. It's a radio signal, so that's completely different. That's something we've not seen before. Unlike psi emissions, which are just like projected around an emitter, this signal can be like sent by radio wave anywhere in the world, so it's kind of a different method of transferring this message, and it could be an extremely dangerous weapon. Imagine if someone broadcasted this to all the TVs in the world. You could turn the whole world into zombies. So there's this, and it's pretty clear that in this update things are not completely resolved. We don't know where this transmission came from, we don't know who created it, but there are some clues, and the clues point towards X16, towards Limansk. I'm not going to enter into all the details, but I think we can expect these locations to come into the first expansion that will be coming this year. So Limansk will be there, I'm pretty sure. X16 probably. The signal probably has something to do with the brain that's inside the lab, and it's definitely possible we will be getting more locations than this actually. Of course, there was the teaser about the CNPP as well that came out not too long ago, where we can see a little bit of the CNPP area in front of the sign, the main sign. We did see the fog, the heavy fog that was there present in Shell of Chernobyl. We do see a lot of bodies and the helicopters that have crashed as the aftermath of Operation Monolith. It's pretty clear that GSC is telling us that we will see this area in the game soon. I mean, this year. And this probably means we will also see the Iron Forest that is just south of the CNPP. But I'm not actually sure if this is also part of the expansion or if it's another update. I don't know. But I guess it could be all part of the same thing. Oh yeah, Coin, you're right. We've also received some Duga teasers, and actually, we've been receiving teasers like small posts from GSC about the Duga for a long time. Maybe for the entire year, actually. There was a post about the Duga itself, there was a post about its cooling towers, about now about the cupola. So it seems that something is going to happen with the Duga as well. GSC has been teasing that as well. But I'm not sure if all of these things are connected or if it's different things that we will see. But basically, all we can say is that we're in for a pretty good ride this year. The game will improve, obviously, and we will receive a lot of things in updates. And other locations that could also come is, I mean, Limansk is on the northern west part of the map, of course, but not far from there's also the Jupiter factory that was there in Call of Pripyat, but is not in Stalker 2 yet. There's also some parts of Pripyat that are currently inaccessible that could be unlocked. So, I don't know if this will be part of the same expansion, but it could be. It definitely could be. And, you know, I've been thinking about something. We know in Stalker 2 that the CNPP is not accessible. And it was the same thing in Clear Sky, but in Clear Sky they managed to get to the CNPP via Limansk. So maybe that's why they could be both coming together in the same expansion. Maybe once again we will be able to get to the CNPP by passing through Limansk. But if that's the case, then what's the point of the Iron Forest that is just south of the CNPP? It could be actually the other way around. Maybe we will cross the Iron Forest, then get to the CNPP, and from there we could take the tunnels to Limansk. I don't know, it's just a thought that I had. I guess we will see. Another thing we can look forward to is the Unreal Engine update. That apparently is coming early this year. It will probably come before the expansion. So I don't really know too much about all the technical aspects of this game and all the Unreal Engine stuff, so I can't really tell much about how things are gonna be with this update of the Unreal Engine. But what I think is that it will probably be good for the game in the long run, because this should improve stability, this should improve performance and visuals, but it might also bring new bugs that will take more time to be fixed. So it's all a matter of GSC taking their time to refine it and release it when it's actually ready. So I guess we will see, but personally the thing I'm more excited about is the expansion, especially since it's been said that this is a story expansion, so it's not just gonna be new content, but also like it will expand on the lore and the story, and that's really cool. Oh yeah, you are right. It's the Pripyat underground that connects everything. When Clear Sky went through Limansk and then went to the CNPP, it's because they went through the Pripyat underground. So it's definitely possible that we get all these locations I mentioned. Limansk, the new parts of Pripyat, the Jupiter factory is also connected to the Pripyat underground, and then CNPP and the Iron Forest. That would make sense, right? And I'm not sure what we will be able to find in these locations, but I'm really excited to find this out. It seems like, according to Richter, the CNPP has been looted, indeed. At least the Wish Granter was stolen. So I'm really not sure what GSC is planning with this location. It's a really large building, so they really need to find something worthwhile for the players to go there, because otherwise it's just gonna be a huge empty location. You're gonna have to run a lot. So I'm not sure what they will put there to actually give incentive to the player to go there. So I'm excited to see what they come up with in terms of the story. Limansk, on the other hand, is a no-brainer because it was really underused in Clear Sky. And there are obviously some pretty interesting mysteries to uncover there. There's an antenna extremely similar to the Dugout but smaller in size. And there's the Radio Wave Institute, and it's pretty obvious that there is an X-Lab underneath. So I suppose we will be able to see that. And I wonder how they will explain the presence of this antenna there. If they actually keep it. It's possible they will retcon some things, I don't know. And I see someone mentioning Cold Island. Yeah, there is also Cold Island. But I think this will not be in this expansion. I think this will come at a later date. Probably in the second expansion. We know that there will be at least 2 expansions, and Cold Island seems to be unrelated to everything that is teased for this first expansion, so I guess it will be later. And for those who don't know, the Cold Island is a location that is mentioned a few times in the game. It's located in the CNPP cooling pond. So basically north of Circa and east of the cooling towers. In the pond, in the lake, there is an island. And that's where the Laboratory X6 is located. That's where they conducted the first Caribbean experiment. And when Circa tried to conduct the second Caribbean experiment in order to spawn a new alpha artifact, something didn't go as planned. There were scars, men who sabotaged the experiment. And this caused some sort of anomalous reaction that turned the island into a cold, frozen landscape. So this will probably be an area we get to visit later into the in a later update in the game, and it will probably have a new type of frozen environment. It will have snow, it will have, I guess, special anomalies, maybe also special mutants. The idea of a cryogeist has been thrown around. I would love to see that. But yeah, I think it's much later down the road. And probably when we go there, we will also be able to find out more about the second Caribbean experiment. But first, Limansk. Limansk is really the big focus to expect this year. Okay, let me check if I missed some of the questions in the chat. Oh yeah, increasing the NPC spawn bubble would be pretty good for A-Life, definitely. And maybe they're waiting for the Unreal Engine update to do it. That's definitely possible. Yeah, the Wish Granter was a facade, it's a device basically. But the device was moved from the power plant to Circa. But it doesn't mean they didn't... doesn't mean they looted everything. Maybe there's other things they missed. Who knows what other secrets might be at the power plant. I wonder if we will be able to visit everything inside. Probably not, let's be real. But I wonder how much we will be able to visit. Because the plant is huge, even in real life. Like, it's just a giant complex with so many buildings. So there's no way we will be able to visit everything, but probably the reactor core and the control rooms and stuff. That would be a good start, but then again, I don't know what they will put in there to give incentive to the player to visit. I guess we will have to find out. Maybe there will be a special arch anomaly in there. That could be interesting. The north perimeter is... Hold on, what do you mean by the north perimeter? I'm not sure. Yeah, frost anomalies would go pretty wild. It would be interesting to see what they can do with this. X-weapons, more X-weapons. Well, I mean, the Gauss rifle is already something, definitely. I'm not sure what else they could come up with. I don't know. North of the CNPP, well, north of the CNPP you have the generators, but beyond that, who the fuck knows? Honestly, I don't know. And I'm not even sure GSC knows either. Yeah, it's not far from Belarusian side. But who knows what's there. Yeah, there's also a map where the north perimeter is marked just north of Circa. That's why I asked to be more specific. But north of Circa is Cold Island. Yeah, we will get at least 2 DLCs. At least. Alright, so I guess I have covered all the things I wanted to talk about. So maybe we can hop into the game and play a little bit of Stalker 2. What do you guys think? Unless you have more questions. Let me see if I can launch the game. Hold on. Let me just stop that real quick. Yeah, sounds great, okay. So basically I was just thinking of playing continuing my master playthrough. Because I haven't actually finished the game in master yet. Any details I spotted in a recent teaser? Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like the burnt fuss anomaly might return. Okay, hold on. Let me activate the game capture. Yeah, I'm sorry about the technical stuff. It's not really my strong point. Alright. Hold on. Let me get the chat as well. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I need to get that out. Alright. Now it should be better. No, my shaders compilation is actually pretty fast. Oh yeah, the Duga mission on master is pretty difficult because you don't get any save point even before the fight with Faust. That's pretty brutal. But here we are in the game. Let me know if the sound of the game is right or if it's too... Maybe it's too loud, I think. Let me know. So basically here I am. I just completed the quest to open up the way to Pripyat. That's where I'm at right now in my master playthrough. So I guess we can do a little bit of exploring in Jupiter and then go to Pripyat. Yeah, it's a little too loud, I figured. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn that down a little bit. Maybe we'll put it like that. Hold on. I think I need to pick up a certain item. I forgot. In here. Which one is it? Hold on. Oh, I don't have it? Okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do without. So that's the weapon I was talking about a little bit earlier, the Grom S15, that I really like. It's been buffed recently, and it's now one of the best assault rifles in the game. Let me show you a little bit of the stats. So that's basically the Grom S14, but it's chambered in 545. And I have a suppressor and a high capacity magazine for it. And there's also a scope you can put on it. That's what I was searching for in my chest, but it seems I don't have the right scope. And you know what? I know exactly where we're gonna go. In here there is a specific accessory I would really like to take. But first I guess we can check out the bread factory. Who's fighting? Dogs. That's just normal, right? Oh, duty. Hello. Let's see what they have. Alright, so the bread factory. There are some zombies in there. Seems like some NPCs might have spawned onto the roof. Nope, not here. Oh yeah. Die please? Come on, man. I guess he didn't want to die. So this is a stash and you're supposed to get a key for it. I'm pretty sure the key's on the roof. And in order to get there, we have to find the ladder. That's not the way. Where's the ladder? There it is. There's also a PDA here. Stash, and you just got to jump over there, and you'll be fighting a controller, so make sure you take upside block. Oh, hello there. What's up? I guess I'll switch to armor piercing to deal with him. I really suggest you use the single fire option on this gun. It really does wonder. And in master mode, you really want to use medkits as often as possible because you'll be looting a lot of them anyway, and It's better to be safe than sorry. Come on, is this tree really blocking my shots? There we go. Not the most exciting fight, but, well. Oh, hold on. Why are there two of them? I guess one of them must have spawned earlier. And it was dealt with by, who knows, due to A-Life. Oh, there was a card with coupons in there. Should I take this? I guess I could. Oh yeah, I'm using the... Okay, so there's the key. I'm using the weird water artifact. It's pretty good. Hold on. Who are you shooting at? Oh, it's a zombie. Okay, well. Didn't last long. Oh, that's the duty guys from earlier that got turned into zombies by the controller. I get it. I don't need any of these. Okay, let's open up this stash then. Come on. I don't even remember what you get in there. Let's see. Okay, that's a blueprint, I guess. Okay, sorry, I haven't been keeping a lot with the chat. Let me see. Yeah, I have a lot of things in my chest that I hoard. Even artifacts. Okay, I guess I should reduce the volume a little bit more. I hope it's better now. Yeah, that armor is pretty easy to get if you know where to look, and it's very good, so... And I don't really like the exoskeletons just for the sound they make when you walk. I mean, it's good for a while, but after some time it gets a little bit annoying. And I feel like I have enough protection already. So now, since I've been showing the Grom S15, I feel like I owe it to you to show a special accessory that I've actually been planning to get for a long time, but I needed to unlock Pripyat to be able to get there first. I mean, there is a way to kind of cheat your way into Pripyat, but I wanted to do it legitimately. Okay, for these, I prefer to use the pistol. Look, A-Life. This. Oh, monolith here. Well, I don't really need to deal with them. And there is some loot in these buildings in the basement over there, but that's not really what I'm here for. Let me see. I don't really remember how you're supposed to climb up here, actually. I guess that's the way. There we go. So I don't know about you, but the electro anomalies for me are the most dangerous. Probably the single thing that has caused me the most deaths in this game. Especially in the beginning, because this one is... not taking any chances. Oh, there we go. But yeah, these anomalies can be a little bit tricky to deal with. So that's a pretty good exoskeleton, I guess. Come on, man. And what do we have in this chest? It's vanilla graphics, yeah. I don't have any mods on right now. Look at this! Grom S14 drum magazine. Which means I can use it on this. And now I have much more ammo in this baby. I'm not even sure how much ammo this is. It's like 40, I think. Hold on. Let me see how's the animation. So that's the regular gun. You will recognize it by the fact that there's this yellow stripe on the magazine. That's the difference with the normal Grom S14. Then I found this 30 rounds mag, but I don't even remember where I found it. But now we've got an even better one. And now this gun is gonna pack an even bigger punch. Okay, so I think I'll go to a specific location that I've been really wondering about. Hold on. Am I actually in the right location? Yeah, that's this location. It seems like a prison. I'll show you. And I've been wondering if it actually exists in the real life Pripyat or not. Well, that was a monolithian. Oh no. I guess these would come in handy now. Which story path? Right now I'm following Strelok's path. Okay, are we good? I think we are. Okay, no, we're not. Ouch. I think he has a sniper rifle. Well, I've got a present for you, my man. Yeah, he's definitely got a sniper rifle. I'm sorry, it's probably too dark for you. Okay, so this is a police station. Okay, I was wondering about that. Oh, thank you. That's Chernobyl guy coming to the rescue. I was wondering if this building was actually real. I mean, knowing GSC, it probably is. But I just found it interesting how it has some cells like this. But yeah, a police station, that makes sense. I'm not even gonna bother looting them, I don't need the loot. And it's actually pretty cool how you can cross over into Pripyat this way instead of going this way. But yeah, you know, the name of the location, I'm not sure what it means. But you can get into Pripyat this way. But before we do... should I go in straight away? Let me check my ammo. Maybe I should go back to... I think I'll go back to Yanev before doing that. And there's actually an artifact we should pick up on the way there. Hold on. check out what's going on over there. Not sure. That's duty. That's not enough, of course. I've never been a good shot. I do what I can. And I mean, currently my character is drunk, so... Okay, let's retreat a little bit. Central Department of Internal Affairs. Okay, okay. Nice. Thank you for the info. Yeah, the duty guys got folded. Shit, I missed. I think it's not over. Is it? No. Do I have a preferred ending? Well, personally, I prefer the Strelok. But I think the Project Y ending probably has more chance to become the true ending, I guess. So you see, this way, that's where the Jupiter plant is, and also some parts of Pripyat that are not accessible currently. But I'm pretty sure it will come in due time. These gates will open one day, maybe. Alright. Oh, there's also the crane close to this location. Oh, I forgot about these. Hold on, where was the crane? It's over there, right? I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's there. This is a famous crane in real life, but I don't think it's here. In reality, it's probably in another place. And it's extremely radioactive. But I do have a solid rock artifact that gives the maximum protection against radiation, so I'm not too worried. Okay. And next up, we're gonna stop by this location, and then we can go back to Yanev. There's also an artifact we need to take there, but it's pretty heavily guarded, and what I'm gonna do is probably gonna be a bit silly. Oh, it's there in real life. Okay, that's good to know. I thought it was in a forest, but maybe I'm just crazy and misremembered. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is really not advised, especially in master mode, because this fight right here is pretty difficult. You really shouldn't underestimate it. Okay, let me just be prepared, because when you activate the scanner, there are two electrogeists that will spawn and a lot of electro anomalies, making this fighting ground very difficult to deal with, and there is a good chance I will die there. But I don't really want to go back to the camp. Like, if I was playing without the stream, I would go back to camp right now before doing this, but I can't let you guys down, so I'll try to do it first try. I need to focus right now, because for real, this fight is not... Of course, I could try to just... That's one down. I could try to just run and grab the artifact, but it's in the middle of many electro anomalies, so it's not really safe. And in order to deal with anomalies effectively, you have to take your time. And it's not easy when there's an electrogeist on your ass. Okay, I'm not taking any chances. Where is he? Where's that motherfucker? Ouch! He almost killed me from beyond the grave. Okay. So now, there is still a possibility that I die. Because this is not as easy as it seems. Okay. There we go. Well, I didn't do that bad, I guess. So the thing about Master difficulty is that it really changes the way you play this game. At least for me it did. Because when you have the power of quick saves, you can just do things that are extremely dangerous, and if it doesn't go your way, you can just reload your save and play it a little bit differently. But in Master mode, you don't have this luxury, so you really start second guessing every single decision you make and fight you take. And that's pretty cool in my opinion. It really made me play in a different way. Basically you play like your own life is actually on the line, because you don't want to replay a whole section if you die. And now anomalies are a much more serious threat, because any misstep could lead to losing a lot of time of gameplay. Well, there we go. Oh, I always go to the wrong side for some reason. Okay, I'm probably gonna do something that will make some of you scream. But I'm selling this. And all the rest is going into the chest. I have my reasons, don't ask, okay? I guess this is also going there. So what do you guys think? Should we go to Pripyat now? I guess we definitely could. Oh yeah, I have this key that is still in my inventory for some reason. Okay, let me check the chat real quick. I was focused on playing, so... Okay, yeah, thank you, that Chernobyl guy, for all the info. He's got a channel making videos about Chernobyl, so you guys could check him out if you want. Great videos. Northern Pripyat would definitely be interesting to explore. An old robot workshop. Okay, interesting, interesting. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh well, my brother was pretty interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! When we were younger, but I didn't really get into it too much. But yeah, it's a pretty cool franchise. Nothing to do with Stalker, of course. Well, I'm not getting too many questions. Are you guys enjoying the gameplay? I don't know. Because, you know, when Stalker 2 released, I decided to make my first playthrough and record it and make videos about it. But it didn't really go as I planned. Actually, I'm gonna take this to Pripyat. Gonna do that. And the videos didn't really reach the quality I was hoping for, and I had really a hard time commenting and playing at the same time. You know, I'm in my comfort zone when I actually prepare everything in advance and my videos have a script and I'm just following everything that's planned. When I'm playing in live, it's a completely different story and I'm not really used to it. So, the playthrough of Stalker 2 was not my best moment. But if I can give you guys a good time now, I guess it's all good. Okay, I'm just gonna take army medkits, I think, to Pripyat. Because we're gonna be facing a lot of monolith there. I guess we're all set. I just need to repair all that stuff. Harpy, come here. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Now we can go. I love bursting open the doors like this. Come on, wrench. So I guess we're on our way to meet with Degtярov. We'll see how it goes. What could I be talking about while we are on our way there? I don't know. Are there any topics you guys might be interested in? There are a lot of other places we can visit in this small section of Jupiter, but... oh shit. I was looking at the chat. It's fine, I can just outrun them. Maybe. Yeah, I think they did Jupiter a little bit dirty in this game. Because we only have a small section, we don't even have the whole factory. And this section doesn't even have any main quest or quests at all in them, so you can just sprint your way to Pripyat and completely avoid this section of the game altogether. And that's basically what I'm doing right now, because I didn't check all of these locations. But it's fine. I'm not planning to make this 100% master playthrough. And this is the famous Bridge of Death, but you can't go there, unfortunately. You'll die from radiation before reaching this point. That's unfortunate, but maybe when we get the CNPP we will get it as well. I don't know. Come on, that's not what I asked. See, this gun takes them down pretty easily. I feel like I'm getting shot from behind, yeah. That's what I thought. Come here, boy. Is he trying to flank me? It's possible. Oh no, he's actually inside the building, okay. I feel like I missed. Come on, man. Why am I so bad at this? I guess closing in the distance might be better. Ooh. Right. This guy is really going at it. Oh, I can hear a lot of them. Oh. I could actually benefit from this ammo. Thank you very much. That's one down. Last time I played, I mean, in my last playthrough, there weren't any monolithians in this building. So I guess it's not really a fixed spawn point. It will depend on A-life, I suppose. I don't even have to battle them. I could have just run to the main quest, and I think it's actually what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to waste too much ammo. I'm just gonna avoid getting shot by a sniper in the back. And on release, these corpses were wrong. Hold on, they're still wrong. Aren't they? Shouldn't they be from the core and not IPSF? Well, I don't know and I don't really care. Let's just go to the main fight, which takes place at the plaza. Oh, that's a sniper. But where is he? I feel like he's... Ouch. I saw him. Damn. That's a miss, I'm pretty sure. I think I need to get closer, actually. Where is he at? Okay, there he is. Oh, the leaves are blocking my view a little bit. Maybe he saw something else because he went back. I don't think that was enough to kill him. And there are some people in these apartments right above me. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. Okay, hold on. Before we go to this fight, I just need to check. Okay, I'm in regular ammo, so I need to change it to armor piercing. I'm gonna let you guys live for now. Okay. Let's actually go to the main quest. Let's do it. It's kind of funny how Master Mode plays out, because there are some moments where you can really feel how the game is difficult and you need to be extremely careful because you can die very easily. There are some other moments where it feels like you should be worried because you're gonna face pretty difficult odds, but you're not worried at all because it's actually easy. Like, for example, right now, I know I'm going into a really big fight with monolithians, but I'm not worried at all because I know it's actually easy. but when I went up against 2 Electrogeist, I was much more bored. And I don't know, it's kind of strange how the difficulty is handled. You feel like going into a fight with so many monolithians should be more threatening, but it's just not. I guess the mutants are much more of a problem than human enemies. Especially in Master. The remaining guys are inside the building. Now, that's when it gets a little bit more dangerous. Grenades out. I don't care. They will all turn this on, otherwise I don't see anything. Guy is taking a lot of fire. Where is he?
Заходь, сталкери. Всередині чисто.
Yeah. Hello guys, what's up? Okay, let me take a look at the chat real quick. Biblically accurate Bridge of Death, yeah. Let me break into the gym. That's probably the Ktiarov's way of getting jacked.
Непогано стріляєш. Нам би таки
The
згодилося.
subtitles don't pop in. That's strange. Hello guys.
Перевірте. Нор доповів про тебе. Дякую за допомогу.
Well,
Ти-
we're gonna miss this. I mean, skip.
Мені треба.
Так. Іде.
I bet you already know
До...
what's this dialogue is about. Okay,
Квадрат 6.
let me
Чисто.
check the stuff. I mean, I think we're still pretty good to go.
Це наше місто.
Квадрат 11.
Just
Чисто.
some repairs, and then we can go explore Pripyat a little bit. What do you guys think?
Тому піти на
Квадрат 7. У нас проблема.
That could be nice. Pripyat is always a good place to
Там засідка.
make some sightseeing.
Ще. Сталкер тепер один з нас. Перепустка йому не потрібна.
I think I'll go to the Policia. It's a pretty good place to visit. I can hear some monolithians inside here. Hello? Oh shit. That's zombification, right? Hold on. Monolithians being zombified? That seems strange. That didn't do much. Oh, nice ragdoll, bro. Okay. I know what the problem is. The problem is that there's a fucking controller in this building. Yeah, I don't think I need armor piercing to deal with this. Is it at this floor? Probably is. He's right in this corridor. I'm pretty sure. Isn't he? Okay, let me take some precautions. And a tactical bread for good measure. Isn't he over there? Oh, he was. But maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know, where is he? Ouch! Where was this guy hiding? Oh my god. Okay, my bad. That's a death. Okay. Well, that happens. But where was he? Was he in the corner? What the fuck? I was looking for the controller, but this guy was... I don't know. The zombie got me. Where was he?
Квадрат 7. У нас проблема. Вітряк не виходить на зв'язок.
I don't know.
Брати загін до 8-го. Там засідка. І ще.
Should I go take revenge on
Сталкер
him?
тепер один з нас.
Or we can go
Перепустка йому не потрібна.
check out other buildings. There's some interesting things to do here. Checking out the hospital basement could also be pretty nice. Hold on. Come on, Skiff. He's out of breath. Don't jump. There we go. Yeah, man, this zombie really got me. I don't know where he was hiding. Or did I got shot like through the wall? I don't know. It's possible, I mean. There's so many bugs. Definitely seems like something that could have happened. But I wonder where the controller was hiding. Where was he hiding? I've got to solve this mystery. Whoa! Did this guy just spawn? I think he did. Okay, I'm putting you out of your misery. But where is the controller? Okay, I need the key for this. Where the fuck is... Nice. You don't even need a pot to grow trees in here. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the zombie that got me. And he's blocking the door. Bro! Wait, what? Where is he? What the fuck? Oh. Whoa. This door is... This is an anomalous door. Okay, no, that's the room where I died. Revenge at last. But where is the controller, man? Oh, come on! Okay. My bad, my bad. I guess I'm a little bit how do you say this? Underestimating this challenge. What mutant do I hate the most?
Квадрат 7. У нас проблема.
Definitely the
Вітряк не
Snork.
виходить на зв'язок.
I hate them
Відправте
so
загін
much.
до 8-го. Там засідка. І ще. Сталкер тепер один з нас.
Yeah, to the hospital it is, yeah.
Перепустка йому не потрібна.
Indeed. There's something I'd like to show you at the hospital, actually. There's something interesting in there. Where are we gonna go? No, you don't. I don't think falling from this height is safe. I'd probably survive, but still lose a lot of health. Okay. Is there a better way to get down? Yes, of course there is. Man, I wish I was as athletic as Skiff. Music school. I'm pretty sure I have to... Oh, come on, man! Are you serious? So that's where this fucker was hiding this whole time. You know what? I don't even wanna fight him. Go fuck yourself. Let's go to the hospital straight away. There's something I really want to show you. Yeah, there's a whole kind of puzzle here with the space anomalies, and you can visit some of the apartments in here, but that's not what I'm here for. Okay, so there is this whole section of the hospital that unfortunately is not really accessible, as you can see. And in general, the hospital, there's a lot of rooms that you can't go to. But we are here for the basement, of course. The famous basement. There's nothing? Last time I came here there were bloodsuckers. But I guess there's nothing now. Okay, so that's the room where they dumped all the clothes from the firefighters. Okay, we need to go deeper. I actually don't remember exactly where it was. Hold on. But there is something interesting to see here. Yeah, that's here. Okay. Look at this. Do you see this? I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but that's a huge teleporting machine, just like the one there is at the generators. So this room seems to be a part of the foundation. Except the foundation is underneath here. Like the main room of the foundation is underneath here, so that's another part of the Pripyat underground. And it's interesting because Richter actually said he already checked the hospital for entrances to the foundation, and he said he didn't find any. So maybe he's just lying? I don't know. It's strange. But yeah, that's a small detail I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, don't forget to eat, especially in master mode, because the hunger is much less forgiving. No, I don't have no clip. I'm not using any mods right now. Oh yeah, I could have used the scope to show you, sorry. My bad. But yeah, it's interesting that there is such a facility right underneath the hospital. Oh, bloodsuckers. Hold on, what am I even doing right now? Oh yeah, I forgot. Laundromats or Prometheus? Why not do both? Okay, that should be better. Let's go to the laundromat. No, you cannot access the stadium, unfortunately. It's in an inaccessible part of the city. I'm pretty sure it should be somewhere up here. But right now you can't go there. Basically the map ends here. But probably it will be added in a future update. Alright, so now it will be a matter of dealing with anomalies. Probably I should probably remove this. So we need to get to the top floor. I don't even remember how we are supposed to do that. It was probably from the other side. Yeah, should have run. That's where we're supposed to go, right? Pretty sure. Oh wait, no, this brings me back here. Hold on. Oh yeah, I got it. There we go. That's the correct way. And now we need to drop down here. Take more chances. Ouch. Okay. So it leads back here. And then we go in there. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, hold on. Right, and I guess I could do this while I'm at it. Not really needed, but... No, wait, that's not the correct way. That's where I have to go. I guess not. What am I doing, man? I never had that much trouble finding the stuff before. Hold on. It's in here. Oh, okay. There it is. That's what remains of the command center from Operation Fairway, or at least the later stages. And it's kind of strange that they left some information about the operation there. I mean, why didn't they just take it with them, you know? It really seems a little bit silly. That's one of the parts of this main story that I feel like makes the less sense. You know, the whole thing about finding out the entrances of the Foundation. I mean, oh shit. If the Ktiarov has really been here for all this time, why didn't he clear out these locations himself? Like, he could have easily picked up these remaining documents from Operation Fairway. He could have easily investigated the crash site that we're on our way to right now. Over there. And same thing for the Prometheus. Like, this is one part of the story that feels a little bit rushed and, I don't know, not thought out enough on GS's part, but it's fine. So now we will actually face another challenge, which is 2 Bayoon cats. And let me tell you... Oh fuck. Oh, you guys are friendly, right? Yeah. Let me tell you, the Bayoons are really not a joke in Master Mode. They are extremely dangerous. But it's fine, I can deal with them. Here they are. Ouch. Ouch. Maybe I can't deal with them actually. Ouch. Man. Help me, guys! Fuck. Bro, help! Did he get him? He did! Good job, man! Now about the second one. Yeah, it's kind of like my mini chimeras, yeah, indeed. Where is he at? Did it get back upstairs? Well, shit. Hearing some heavy footsteps, but well, it's fine. Oh, that's a visual bug.
Група Дельта. Збір точно за координатами. На точках Б або В.
Hold on, where is the... Oh, there it is. Okay, so now it's time for a little bit of a show. I removed that. I hope you guys are ready. And for those who know what's coming, well, I guess you know. Shit. That was close. Oh, damn. Who's coming? I don't know. I feel like now would be a good good time to go back to base. Why do I have a Slavic accent? Do I, though? The controller is still doing this shit over there. Do I really have a Slavic accent? I mean, I guess it's kind of a parody of Slavic accents, but it's not a real one. Oh yeah, there's a pseudo-giant that has a name at Circa. Ah, come on, man. They named the pseudo-giant Professor. Or just Prof. Which is pretty funny. Okay, so we're back here.
Моноліт вчора загін варти поклав. Усе ще на вулиці
Yes, I
лежать.
should restock a little bit.
Що дивного? Радіти треба.
А чим вони тепер від
You
нас
know what?
відрізняються?
I'm gonna keep the
Вартівці. Так само до центру йдуть. Так
The
само
Gauss
в
gun.
Прип'яті гинуть, хер його знає за що. Зжерла їх зона, а тепер от випльовує пережованими.
Товарів у мене
My
не
thoughts about
бачить.
the new lore surrounding Clear Sky. Well, I'm not really a fan of what they made with Clear Sky. And by that I mean the fact that it was revealed that Clear Sky were working for sea consciousness all along. I'm not really a fan of that. I think it was better when Clear Sky was considered to be a group that broke out from the sea consciousness and went their own separate ways. But it's just my opinion. Okay. So the last thing we need to do... Oh wait, there's also this... We're gonna try to get this, but there is a certain mutant that is guarding this flash drive. A big cat. I think I'll try to take it down and probably then I will stop playing. Where are you at, bitch? Oh, well. I didn't think it would be that easy. I wonder if I one-shotted it because I didn't expect the attack? That's strange. Well, that fight was a little bit of a disappointment. Okay, so that's what I meant. Like, why didn't Dektyarov come here and get the flash drive earlier? Like, he's been here for years. What is he doing? It's literally next to his camp. This is one of the things I don't understand. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, there's two of them! Hold on. Maybe that could be worthy of a challenge to finish the stream. Besides, I have some unfinished business with these motherfuckers. Come on. I can't believe the Chimera didn't survive one shot of the Gauss gun, but these actually do. Ah. There you go. Take that. Yo, did I blast this one into oblivion? Oh no, both of them are here, okay. Give me your loot! Yeah, I guess Deggy got nerfed. But well, maybe not as much as the other OG protagonists. Alright, so I'm getting back to camp. I think if you have any more questions to finish, now would be a good time to ask them, because it's getting pretty late. So I think I'm gonna stop
Ну,
playing.
нарешті.
So yeah, shoot your last minute questions if you want. Let me see what people have been saying. Double trouble? Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing I had the Gauss gun at the ready. Otherwise, it could have been a little bit more difficult. Overall opinion on Stalker 2? I mean, right now, I think it's in a pretty good state, and I'm pretty excited about the new things that are gonna come. But of course, it's not been all the best, right? Like, the game does have a lot of shortcomings, and it's not perfect in any way. But I did expect that. I mean, it's a Stalker game, of course. It's gonna have some bugs and problems. It's tradition at this point. But so I mean, there's some good, there's some bad, but overall I've enjoyed the game a lot. So I'd say I'm definitely grateful that we got this game, because it really wasn't something that we should take for granted, right? This game went through hell to actually get to us. So I'm glad it released, and that GSC is still working on improving it every day, and we're getting updates, and I think the future is pretty bright. Will I do a video about the Stalker 2 DLC? Well, yeah, probably. I mean, the expansion is set to actually bring new story stuff, so of course, if there is new lore, it will probably make it into some of my videos, of course. No, I don't have diamond exoskeleton. I don't really like using exoskeletons because the sounds of the steps annoys me. That's basically the only reason. And you have to upgrade them to be able to run, and they're pretty costly to maintain. So I'm not really a big fan of exoskeletons. I think the DLC will probably release in the second quarter of this year. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely good that this game exists. I take it over nothing at all. Definitely, 100%. Am I gonna try and stream from time to time? That's a good question. I mean, I don't think I'm really suited for it. Like, my strength actually lies in preparation. So I feel much more comfortable making videos with a script and everything is planned before. Like, I'm not really good at improvising and stuff. And when I play, if I want to focus on the gameplay, I'm not gonna be able to talk much. And if I talk too much, I'll play worse. So I don't know. And I'm not sure what would be worth streaming. Like, just playing the game isn't really worth it in my opinion, because you guys can do it on your own. I don't really have that much to add to the experience. So I don't really know. If I find some interesting thing to stream, maybe, but I'm not really planning to do it that often. Yeah, something that was never released cannot be improved. Definitely, yeah, that's true. Strong. So GSC is gonna keep improving it. Mods will also come in handy. I think the basis is strong. We've got a strong foundation to build upon, so that's definitely a good thing for the future. Of course I'm playing in master difficulty. Of course. But I haven't finished the game yet. That's where I'm at right now. I need to go to the foundation. So I'm pretty close to the end, but I'm not sure what to expect in the later stages. I wonder how often there will be autosaves. I don't know. Because at the Dugout there wasn't any save before the Faust fight. So I'm not sure if at the Foundation there will be any save before the Korshunov fight. And if there's not, I don't know if I can do it first try. And the generators, I don't know as well. It's gonna be tough, I think. We will see. Why am I using Ukrainian dub? Yeah, right now I'm using Ukrainian dub just, you know, to experience it. But my first couple of playthroughs were definitely in English. I just wanted to experience both. I think some characters are better in English and others are better in Ukrainian. I feel like the random NPCs, like the phrases they shout during the fights and stuff, are better in Ukrainian, especially since you get this cheeky breaky in Ukrainian. But some of the main characters, like Korshunov and Dalin, I feel like their voices in English are better. At least I enjoy them better in English. No, there's no Russian dub, not that I'm aware of, not officially at least. How Strelok is in Ukrainian is fine, I guess. Nothing special, I would say. Have I done the DLC missions? If you mean the last update missions, yeah, of course I have done them. Couple of times actually. Yeah, Korshunov is in English is absolutely awesome. Definitely. Alright. I think that's gonna do it. I think, yeah, 3 hours of stream is already a pretty good thing. So I'm gonna end it right here. I think, yeah, I think that was a good time. I hope you guys had a good time as well. Thank you all for all the support and the nice messages I got. I couldn't like read all of them at once or answer all of them, but I saw all the messages that you guys posted. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Looking forward to making some new cool videos this year, and we will still keep going strong, you know. So yeah, that's basically it for today. I will see you as soon as possible, and yeah, good hunting, stalkers.